you've kind of discussed this on BrownsFilmBreakdown.com. Judkins and Bond, opportunity to get a guy that can play, guys that can play versus team culture. And the fan base, I'm sure you hear it. I hear it quite a bit. They're kind of rebelling now with these signings and guys that are getting in trouble. Like you take a lot of it, and when you don't see a lot of production on the field, fans are getting fed up with it.
Yeah, you're right. This is a slippery slope of what the balance of it is. It's just so hard. Like obviously, if a guy scores a lot of touchdowns and puts a lot of points on the board and helps you win, your level of I can ignore that other thing is very high tolerance, right? And I'm not even isolating this to Bond or Judkins, who both had criminal cases dismissed. And I'm not here to pass judgment on whether they did anything wrong or not. It's not for me to know. It's not for me to talk about really. But what I do know is like if you've got enough things connected to this in a world where scrutiny is heavy, right? And then you have a lot of these other types of projects that Andrew Berry takes on. So think of like I'm trying to think of the perfect example, like a Kadarius Toney, those who don't produce in the league, and the Browns kind of try to jump in and take a risk on the former first round types, and you got to hit on some of them. Now, Kareem Hunt's probably the best success story, but Kareem had already had a defined, really good setup before that issue happened. Could say the same thing about Deshaun Watson, but we know that that's going to be books written about what happened there. But like, I'm just in the world of the Browns taking risks on players who have made a lot of external noise other than production on the field. I do think that fans are getting worn down by the loose connection. It's not that people are claiming these guys are guilty. It's not that we think Andrew Berry at his core is like a bad person. None of that's at play here. I think that what you want is the Browns locker room to have a majority of people who have a singular focus on football and they make it the highest priority for themselves and just live a very quiet life off the field. That's the hope. More of those types than the contrary. And if you get too many of them on the contrary, you start to have, is football the number one priority? Are we always locked in? Are we doing everything we can as a grown man and a mature person to bring the best value to the football team and the Cleveland Browns? I think that's the place it starts to get fair to wonder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.